Hi Aries, it's Jo from Angels and Ancestors. And darlings, this is your What the Fuck reading, 21st through to the 27th of March. I was going to do it up to the end of March, but I kind of decided not to. So let's get your energy card. No announcements to make this week, darlings. Energy cards, I should say, rather than energy card. Oh, there's quite a few here, my darling. So, number 24, Galactic Mushroom. You're not the only one that's had this recently. The Divine Matrix. There's a connection going on for you that wasn't expected. I'm kind of getting that spiritually you thought you got yourself sorted out. You got things sussed, whether you believed in anything or whether you didn't. And something has made you question your connection to the universe and to the Divine Matrix. It's kind of like either something new has been chucked in the mix and it's kind of like pricked your interest, or something has just happened that's made you question what it is that you believe or don't believe. Something has just kind of got in the way. I'm not saying in a bad way, not at all. It's a number 6, darling. So this is kind of like that middle ground card where you've sussed out all the shit and you're on your way to the better stuff. But it's kind of like, it's kind of like a realisation that there's growth to be had. The way I'd kind of describe this card is that there's things that you're beginning to understand, and there's growth to be had. And like a mushroom, and in the universe where it's nice and dark, a mushroom will suddenly just appear and then it will go poof and then it will come up somewhere else. So that's what I kind of get with this, that it's just different ideas, different things that have presented themselves to you that is making you question what it is that you believe. And you might not believe in anything at all, but it's making you question maybe something about life. Maybe something about, you didn't have any beliefs and all of a sudden something's made sense to you. It's that kind of thing. Overflow, overwhelm and plenty. Oh gosh, those two cards together, wow. A 43 making a 7. Lovelies, 7s for me are options, blessings and choices. Overflow, overwhelm and plenty. There is the overflow, this water, that's your emotions. You have plenty of emotions. Something is overwhelming you. Now, whether that's a feeling towards somebody else, something else, a project, a plan, whatever it is, how passionate you get about that sort of thing. But there are options and choices that are opening up to you that is overwhelming you. And it could be that maybe you don't see it quite as an option or a blessing. You may be seeing it as something that's a little bit difficult. But just know that once you start doing this connection, you start putting the dots together and you've gone from a 6 to a 7, and you allow that overflow to happen. Don't try to stop it. Even if it is overwhelming, there is plenty of growth to be had out of this. Massive amount of growth to be had out of this. But overwhelm and plenty also for me will indicate that although you feel overwhelmed, at the end of the day you will see plenty of benefits coming from the fact that maybe you feel a little bit vulnerable at the moment, a little bit maybe too open to what's going on. The crossing, initiation, this little vortex here at the end of this pathway. It's a number 9, darlings. There is something opening up for you that you're only seeing for the first time. It is literally an initiation. It may be initiation that you can do it for yourself. It may be initiation into a different way of thinking. But that vortex has opened and it is beckoning you to come through to see this new way of life, this new way of being for yourself. Eye of the Needle, intentionality. I love this. I'm kind of getting for you, there was an intention here. You know, the 17 and 8, when you add the 1 and the 7 together, it comes to an 8, numerology speaking. Numerology speaking, you've given yourself fucking good talking to about something. And now you've got the intention about what it is that you want to do. You've got your, I know it says the Eye of the Needle, but there is actually an eye in that needle. I'm getting that your eye or eyes have been opened. Dual web, connectivity. You're connecting the dots. I said that earlier, didn't I? I'm going to put that one over there because I don't like it that close to that candle. So, connectivity. Wow. So, your initiation, intentionality and connectivity. There's a coming together of something. I think that vulnerability I was talking about earlier, I think with the number 5, that you're letting go of ego. You're trying to connect to something you've never tried to connect to before. And I think there's a reason behind it. I think that somebody somewhere has said something to you, has pricked your interest in something. And although it seemed to be overwhelming at the time, the dots are finally connecting for you. And it's almost like, okay, the dots are connecting. I've got to let go of this ego that I've got. I've got to practice more of being at one with the planet rather than being the only one in the planet. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting. But this, like the divine matrix that you get, the web as well, is just, it's catching more and more good things for you. And the more it's catching, the more that you've got this jeweled web. And it's almost like you've got so much now to offer other people or another person that you really want this connectivity to occur for yourself. Repairing the veil, forgiveness. Oh, okay. So are you forgiving yourself or are you forgiving someone else? Is this a restart to something? It's another 9. It's another 9. This is a wish fulfillment, darling. You've been trying to repair the veil for some time. You're trying to bring things back together. I'm getting that this is a revisit of either a previous connection with somebody or, and I'm not even getting, it's either a previous connection to somebody or it's a previous idea of a connection to somebody, which is more to the point, I think, because you needed this awareness to, I hate this saying, the awakening and all of that. I don't like it, but you needed this awareness to be able to see a future for yourself with somebody who is already very awake, very spiritual. I'm going to say that their energy, their spiritual energy, their divine energy is much higher than I'm kind of guessing that you've ever been involved with before. And that's not saying that you're not spiritual. It's not saying that, because we're all on our own trajectory. We are. But looking at these cards, you've had a massive lesson to learn. Huge lesson. And you've got 5, 6, 7 and 2 9s. What's that one? 8. 5, 6, 7, 8 and 2 9s. You've done the journey. You've done the journey. And you've got 2 9s. Now you've got a 9 just after these 2 cards and a 9 just after those 2 cards. So I'm kind of getting that this was the lesson and this is your journey back to this connection. And it is literally, you are connecting the dots as you go. And isn't it funny, because if you look at the way those are laced, you can see the dots where they're connecting the laces up. And then with the jewelled web, I don't know if you can pick this up on the camera, but the little jewels in there do look like little dots. They do. Aries, what a reading. That was a reading in itself, wasn't it? So, my darlings, what started your what the fuck this week for Aries, 21st to the 27th of March. Sorry, darlings, I went right off there. Aries, are you daydreaming? Are you daydreaming? Because I went right off, almost like into a meditation then. Like, really deep. And I'm kind of getting the essence that you are daydreaming. Manifestation and wish fulfillment, why it may be fucked. Movement and journey. What are you daydreaming about, Aries? What's your movement and journey, darlings? Okay. That's what you can do about the situation. What's out of your hands, what you can't do anything about. The universe might be holding it. They may be working on it in the background. That sort of thing. Reconnecting to your true self. Wow. And your outcomes, darlings. Okay, my loves. What started your what the fuck this week? Need to have your say, do we? Horned God. He is the advocate for everything in nature. He gives things a voice that haven't normally got a voice. And when he comes up in a reading like this, is literally to tell you, speak up, be heard. Go and say those words to somebody. Be your own advocate. That's not something I would normally say to people, because I always feel that advocating for yourself is a very difficult thing indeed to do. But this is definitely saying to you, come on, speak up. Advocate for yourself. Say what's on your mind. Say what it is that you want and where you want to go with this. It is a major arcana, darlings. It is telling you, come on, there is this change that's happening, and whether you like it or not, you really do need to voice your opinion around it. So, not the reconnecting, I'm so sorry. Facing your fears and taking your power back. 7 of Athenians. Now, I'm kind of getting with this card that there was a walking away. You walked away from something. And I have to say, just occasionally, I don't know why, because I don't always pick this up, but just occasionally that woman that's standing in the doorway looks a bit fearsome, like she's kind of like waiting for shit to hit the fan, or she is the shit that's going to hit the fan. Man or female, I have to say, you decided to walk away from something, and you was expecting to walk away to a brand new way of life, a different way of living, a different way of being, and you're looking over your shoulder, and I am kind of getting that there is a bit of regret here, and I think that that's what you're facing at the moment, is that you're regretting that walking away and looking over your shoulder to see if that option is still available to you, because I am getting taking your power back is that you have had to admit that walking away from that and walking towards this way of life either hasn't changed anything for you, it's not what it's cracked up to be, or things have got worse for you, and you're kind of like, I'm wondering if that's still an option. Don't, if this is a person, don't treat them as an option. Treat them as an answer. Nobody likes to be an option. I swear to God, it's not a good, it's not very respectful, and it's not complimentary. So if you are looking over your shoulder at this, if you are looking to see if that someone is still an option, or if there's a job that, like a project or a plan, and see if that's still an option, don't treat it as an option. Either treat it as an answer or keep fucking walking. It's as simple as that. So your manifestation, your wish fulfillment, and why it may be fucked. You are a bit confused. 8 of Chalices. Now, my 8s are usually about communication. This is communication with yourself. If you have options, if you have more than one option, you have not got your answer. Do not move until you're absolutely certain of where it is that you want to go, where it is that you want to be, because right now you do want a resolution of a conflict. Now, it could be a conflict with somebody else. It could be an inner conflict for yourself, by yourself. This card sings to me all the time, and what it says is, you've got the same idea. You've got the right idea. You've got your end result. You've got your destination. You just can't fucking make up your mind how the fuck to get there. Now, whether that's just an inner conflict with you, which I'm kind of guessing that's where we are, or it could be an inner conflict or a conflict with someone else, where you're just going to have to sow the seed and let them come to their own conclusions. But I am getting that this is possibly an inner conflict, because you've got the 2 of Thames and the 8 of Chalices coming together, where one is you're scratching your chin going, well, which way do I fucking go? And the other one's going, yeah, but I've got the right idea. No, I've got the right idea. Well, yeah, but that's the end result. We want the field cut, but we can't work out how the fuck to do it. And it's like a destination, is it? That you've got this idea of where you want to be, but how the fuck do you do that journey? How do you start that? A journey starts with one step, but let me tell you, if this is the mind, if this is the frame of mind you're in, that you're manifesting a solution to options that you've been given, and you are in a self-conflict over this, you haven't got an answer yet. You need to be still. You need to take that breath. You need to take a time out and just regather yourself, regather your thoughts. So your movement, you're not going out. She's meowing to go out. She's been in all day, meowing to go out. Your movement, your journey, where the fuck you need to be. You're at the 10 of Thames. This is a God, I'm losing my thread here, my darlings. This is a completion. That's what I was looking for. I was thinking circles. Well, I've got circles in my head. This is a completion, darling. And when there's completion, there's a new beginning. And the new beginning for you is you've sorted out all your issues and problems. And as you've done it, you've put a thammy in the ground and it's formed this circle of protection around you. So anything that's chucked at you now, problems, issues, doesn't matter what it is, you've got the solution, you've got the answer to it. And you're happy that you can do that. And I'm not talking about this kind of solution and answer. I'm talking about everyday kind of humdrum things that get you lost in your thoughts, that kind of take your attention away from what it is that you need to be paying attention to. And the new beginning for you is that you will be able to cut things out that no longer serve you. Quickly followed by the Seven of Wands, blessings, options and choices. The only problem is with this is you tend to overstretch, you overreach yourself. All of those wands belong to you. There is no difference between any of them. But you just decided to get up on a stool, put yourself at risk and reach up for a higher wand. Why? Why aren't you standing on the ground and using a lower wand to flick off the wand you want? In fact, why haven't you taken them all off the wall? They're all yours. Perhaps there is just one option that you're thinking of, but you're not ready to be vulnerable enough to admit that there is just the one option, that this is a completion, a new beginning, and there is just the one option, but you're still manifesting a way back to where you were, away from the many options to the one answer. So, what can you do about the situation? Be kinder to yourself for a start off. Six of Pentacles is my charity card. This is giving and taking with dignity and grace. This is understanding that charity is not big corporations. Charity is a kind word. Charity is a kind gesture. Charity does not have to be, oh, look, I've got a fistful of money, but I'm only going to give you a penny. It is having the ability to make somebody feel worth their weight in gold, even if it's obvious to you that they don't feel like that. That's the skill. And you've got that skill, Aries. You can do that. You can do two different things here. You can make somebody feel really good about themselves and invest in them and bring on the passion and desire in them. And you like seeing that in people, but you can also quash people. So dignity and grace. This, my love, is telling you, please be kind to yourself. Make sure that when you're sorting this out, this is what you can do about the situation, is be kinder to you. Followed by the Wild Hunt. This has already happened, darling. You shone the light into this wild hunt, into the fucking chaos that seems to be your life at the moment, Aries. And you saw the writing on the wall. And now the decision has to be made. And this is where the kindness to yourself comes in. What is the kinder option? Do you rebuild? Do you stay put and rebuild? Or do you just let that fucking tower fall and move away and rebuild and build yourself a new life elsewhere? But I'm getting that what you can do about this is understand the disaster has already happened. And all that's left is for you to be kind to you. It's to be kind. It's to have charity for yourself. So what's out of your hands? The universe has got this Page of Wands. Now, there could be a younger person, male or female, around you that is a fire sign as well. Aries, Leo, or Sag. They're going to teach you a lesson of how to magically move a block out of the way. Even if you're not ready for it, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I'm kind of getting... I'm kind of getting that you don't believe that a block can be moved. I'm kind of getting that you're a little bit stuck in yourself. Although you've done this immense amount of work and they're asking you to be kinder to yourself, you're still seeing a disaster even though it's long cleared. It's long cleared away. Long cleared away. And the universe is saying, look, the blocks are moving. Whether you're ready for it or not, the blocks are moving. It could be a simple phrase that a youngster says to you, creates a space around you, whatever it is. This could even be a younger version of you when you didn't give a rat's ass about anybody's opinions or whatever, and you just went ahead, moved blocks out of your way and got exactly what it was that you wanted. And this is a return of you getting back to this. The universe is saying it's happening. It's happening. The block is going to move. It's going to move. And it depends on what you want to do with that blockage being moved out of the way is what your result, your answer is going to be. So reconnecting to your true self, darlings. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. Lovelies, this is comfort. This is abundance. This is knowing that the bills are not only paid, but there's extras to be had. This is the coming together of family members, and family doesn't have to be blood. It could be the people that you are closest with. But this card very often indicates to me that either somebody older is coming towards you for more support, maybe for a short time, maybe a bit more interim, or it could be a youngster that is fledging for the first time, but there is plenty of support and money around to ensure that either or of those scenarios are supported. Just know that when you've got a 10, like with your Athames, it's a completion, and there's going to be plenty of new opportunities for your career to move, for your money to become really stable, and your home life to look the way you want it to look. Those three things combined makes a new beginning, and that's exactly what you're being offered. And your outcome, my darlings, is the sunshine. It's the sun. This is the best summer's day you've ever had. Now times it by 1,000. You can't even imagine that kind of happiness, but this is pure, unadulterated happiness and success in every part of your life. It's happiness in your private life, success in your public life. There is just a lot of joy coming around you, and it's all to do with that latter bit. This is your learning bit. This is what you're moving into, and it's repairing that veil that is going to bring you to this point. Now, what was I saying about you taking a time out? What's at the bottom of the deck? Darlings, listen, 4 of Athames stuck in the ground. You're kicking back. You really do need to take stock. You really do need some time out to think about what it is and where it is you want to be. Only you can decipher that for yourself. Ask the Whispering Woods what they've got to reveal. Opportunities. Unfurl like a fern even without warm sunlight. And then we're going to go to the angels and the ancestors and ask for some knowledge, wisdom and guidance for Aries. (21st to the 28th). No, it's not. I'm telling lies. 21st to the 27th of March. Oh, nice. Anything else for Aries, please? That one. Oh, we have a flyer or two. Okay, so your first card, you have the Moon. Take note of intuitive messages. What was I saying about being still and going within? The Wise One. Grow within your current situation. Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. And that's not saying that you're not right, but you really don't need to be rubbing people's noses into the fact that you are right. You just need to let that go. Summer, bask in joy and light. Look, you've got that twice. Wow. Guardian angel, you are not alone. Aries, that's your reading, darlings. I hope it was helpful. Wherever you are in the world, please be safe, and I will catch you in the next reading. Bye for now.